There's several great reasons to soak your hay, and I've had a couple people ask me how to do it. So let's talk about why you'd want to soak your hay and how you can get it done. There are two main reasons to soak hay. Number one, to eliminate the amount of dust and mold particles on the hay, and number two, to reduce the amount of sugars and non-structural carbohydrates. We'll talk more about that later, but first let's talk about how. The first thing we want to do is choose how much hay you want to soak. You want to make everything in small batches. For example, we make sure we throw away our hay that hasn't been used within 24 hours. Then figure out how long you want to soak your hay. Usually if you're doing mold spores, it's about 10 to 15 minutes. If you're looking to reduce sugars, it's usually around 60. Let it soak for a chosen time and then hang it out to dry. You want it to dry enough that it's not this big sloppy mess and a bunch of dirt's not sticking to it. That's usually 5 to 15 minutes at our house. Make sure you dispose of your water in a place your horses can't feed on that grass, as it's very sugary, and make sure you use fresh water every time. So that's it, pretty simple. Let's talk about details about why you want to, and also some things we've learned along the way. So the great news is, with only a 15-minute soak, you can actually reduce the dust and mold spores by 88%. Now, the reason this is so important is because those tiny little particles actually get drawn down to your horse's lungs. In fact, researchers suggest that barns that keep their horses in stalls should always soak their hay to keep dust down. It's particularly important, though, if you have a horse with respiratory challenges like allergies, asthma, or COPD. So why would we want to reduce the sugars, the non-structural carbohydrates? Well, that's for horses who are like metabolic or have some hereditary issues. You can ask your vet, but usually most people are comfortable if the hay sugar levels are about 10%. If you're not able to buy low sugar hay, or if it's not low enough, you can soak it and reduce that by 40%, which is a huge boon to your horse's health. So are there any reasons you wouldn't want to soak your hay? Yes. For example, mares that are still nursing need to have more calories. And honestly, it takes a lot of time. And the winter can be pretty cumbersome. My hands get awfully chilly, and we actually had our hay nets freeze solid. We finally got smart and dumped the hay out once we've soaked it. So I hope that helps you feel more comfortable if you'd like to do soaking at your house. Please reach out if you have any questions. We'd love to help. For more great information for you and your horses, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop by bridlesandbreath.com to learn about our home study courses.